Go ahead.
Problem number 30 asks us to graph this line, y equals 2x minus 1. And I'm going to choose these numbers, 0, -1, 1, 2, and -2. I'm going to put each of those numbers in for the x, substitute it into our equation for the x. So we're going to have y equals 2 times 0 minus 1. Now what this is going to give me is the corresponding y value for the point. So we're going to have y is equal to 2 times 0, which is 0, minus 1, so y is equal to -1. So this would be -1 on our chart. So this point right here would be 0, comma, -1. That would be our first point. The second one, I'm going to put -1 in for x. I'm going to get y is equal to 2 times -1 minus 1. 2 times -1 gives us -2. Y is equal to -2 minus 1. Since the signs are the same, we're going to add the numbers together and keep the sign. So y is equal to -3. So our next point would be -1, comma, -3. So for the third value, I'm going to choose 1 for x. Put the 1 in there. Rewrite our problem. Y is equal to 2 times 1 minus 1. 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1, which is equal to y. So 2 minus 1 is just 1, so y is equal to 1. We're going to put 1 in for the y value when x is 1. So our third point would be 1, comma, 1. For the fourth point, I'm going to put a 2 in for x. So we're going to have y is equal to 2 times 2 minus 1. So y is equal to 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1. So y is equal to 4 minus 1, which is 3. So a 3 would go in our chart there. Our fourth point would be 2, comma, 3. So now finally the problem asks us to graph this line, and we're going to use these points here. So 0, -1, the 0 would be the x, and -1 would be the y. This is the x-axis here, and 0 stays in the center. On the y-axis, this correlates to -1, so our first point would go right there. Our second point, -1, -3. -1 on the x-axis is right here, and -3 on the y-axis is down here. That would be our second point. Our third point is 1, 1. 1 for the x, 1 for the y. 1 for the x, 1 for the y. Our third point. Our fourth point is 2, 3. 2 over on the x, 3 up on the y, would be right there. Our fifth and final point would be -2x, -5y. -2 on the x, and -5 all the way on the y, down there. So our final step would be just to connect the dots, and we have a line.